from Anambra or probably any part of the Igbo land, then you already know that this soup doesn't need much introduction. Bitter leaf soup or ofe onugbu is one of those soup that shows up at every almost traditional gathering. In fact, where I'm from, if bitter leaf hasn't been served in a gathering or celebration, it can feel like the event hasn't fully started. So I'm sharing how I make mine. Now, before anybody comes for me in the comments, I know everyone has their own style. This is simply the method that works for me. One thing about me is that I don't like my soup unnecessarily thick. I prefer it moderate and well balanced. So in my opinion, the texture of your soup starts with the amount of water you add. Some people add plenty of water because they want a larger pot of soup, especially the way our mothers and grandmothers cooked in the village when there were many mouths to feed. But for me, it's just me, so I like just enough water to give the soup the consistency I want. After boiling my meat and other proteins, I added the quantity of water I need, and I introduced my cocoyam or giri, which gives the soup that rich native flavor. The next thing I added was the palm oil. I then covered it to cook for some minutes. Once the cocoyam melts inside the soup properly, as you're stirring it, you will notice that it has already melted. So what I forgot to say is that I added pepper and crayfish, grinded pepper and crayfish at the very first time when I was adding my cocoyam and ogiri. You also observe that I put my mala fish just not long, not at the very beginning, because I didn't want it to pieces in the soup. The last thing I put was the bitter leaf. You all know that is the star and the game changer. Because you know bitter leaf and oha soup almost have the same method. The only difference is when you want to introduce your onubu or your. At this point, my soup now as you can see is 90 or 98% ready. Now here is why I need your help. Do you like your bitter leaf soup thick or light? What kind of thickener do you use? Cocoyam, achi, or any other type? And be honest, what's your number one Nigerian soup? As for me, bitter leaf soup will always have a special place in my heart.